Someone once told me that there are 3 directions of management. And in my experience, that's actually been really true. Understanding that and understanding that people have different abilities for the 3 different kinds of management actually can really help you navigate managing people yourself. So the first one, the one that most of us think of when we think about managing, is managing downwards. You have a team, or you have people that report to you, or you have people you're responsible for, and you are managing those people. You are either telling them what to do, you're helping them with their performance, you're scheduling them, whatever. You have some responsibility over that group of people. That's what most of us think of when we think of management. The second kind of management is upward management. So you report to someone and you are responsible to reporting to that person what you're doing, things that need to change, observations that you have. All of us actually do upward management, regardless of whether or not you are a manager or not. You have someone you report to, you are doing some form of upward management. This is about people knowing what you're up to and things that need to change for you. The third kind is the least obvious, in some ways can often be the most important, which is sideways management. This is your interaction with your peers. There is little hard power involved here. In downward management, you probably have some official capacity which allows you to tell people what to do. In upward management, the hierarchy again is very well defined. You report to this person. The power dynamic is very clear. But in sideways management, that's not as clear. Your peers, there is no formal structure there. If you are trying to get their team to help out your team, unless you are at a company with a very formalized structure, there's probably no process involved in getting those 2 teams to work together. So you kind of have to feel your way through it on your own, and that's where sideways management really comes into being. Different people have different strengths and weaknesses in each of these things. I've worked with people that were incredibly strong downwards managers and couldn't do the sideways management at all. And this can be a problem because it means their team loves them, they're great at getting their team to do things, but when their team runs into problems, they can't get the larger organization to help them out. One of the most dangerous combinations on this list is someone who's really good at upward management, pretty good at sideways management, and terrible at downwards management. And the reason why this is really dangerous is what you have is someone whose manager thinks they're awesome, whose peers are pretty happy with them too, and their teams hate them, and they're not getting stuff done. But through whatever means of upward management they're using, they're able to hide that fact for a really long time. These are the most dangerous people you have, and often what happens, if they're aware of their own limitations, these people have a tendency to interview really well, come into your company, seem to perform really well, or you really like them, or they are checking a lot of checkboxes. If they're really self-aware, they are interviewing somewhere else to then leapfrog up to a higher level because they know eventually this house of cards is going to come tumbling down. And people like this could end up Peter Principling themselves into very senior positions simply by being really good at managing upwards. If you've ever worked for an executive and you couldn't understand how they possibly could have been in this role, it's because they were really good at managing upwards and maybe really terrible at managing you downwards. All of these different combinations can actually be useful. Someone who's really good at sideways management can actually be the method through which you deal with different teams working with each other. Take that sideways manager and use them as a coordinator to help the teams work together in a better, smoother way. Someone who's really good at upward management, if you can identify that as being one of their strengths and not just have them blow smoke up your skirt, they can actually be very useful for managing upwards from where you sit. They can be the communication tool through which you talk to more senior executives. They can be the people that provide the air cover when you need a couple more weeks to get your demo locked down. Someone who's awesome at downward management but not so great at the others, you need to protect people like that. You need to protect people who can rally their teams and get them happy and doing stuff, even if they're having some difficulty at the other levels of management. Like a lot of things with management, the more you know about yourself and about the other members of your team, the more you're able to fit these different shaped pieces together into something that really clicks together. I think there's a value in all of these different combinations. None of us are great at all three. So if you understand what people are great at, you can go out of your way to protect the people who aren't great at reporting to you, but are good at the other two attributes. And you can be more aware of the people who are really good at reporting to you, maybe not being as good as you might initially think because they're really good at managing you. Special thanks to my members. They provide the resources this channel needs to keep running. If you're interested in becoming a member, there's a link down in the description. We also have merch now. This is shipped is the best feature. If you're interested in picking up a shirt or something else, there is a shelf below this video. Have you ever worked with someone who you have no idea how they got into their role, but then you see them interacting with someone more senior and you go, oh, I see. Which ones do you think that you are weak at? Which ones do you think you are strong at? Thinking about these things can really help your own advancement within an organization because it lets you lean into your strengths. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up because that helps YouTube know to spread it to more people. I will see you again soon. Thank you.